Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first live broadcast for today. I want to remind all of my coaching students that we have a mastermind session today at 1 o'clock. Now we're down to 8 days until Christmas. And believe it or not, there's no reason why all of you can't be enrolling people into your business every day. Every day, right up to Christmas. Enrico, it's nice to see you. So let me take a look and see who's here. And the thing is this, you got 8 days until Christmas. And we've been talking all month about the magic of posting a GIF, a moving image. And when you do that, people react, people respond. It comes down to conversation. Who are you talking to? How many people are you talking to every day about your business? How many times a day are you bringing up the business? How many business presentations are you making every day? And more important to that, how many people are you signing up? That's what it all boils down to. Now, I love success stories. Terry enrolled 3 people in 2 days. And then over the next 2 days, actually, he enrolled 3 more people. I did my first post, had 12 conversations. I brought in 3 people within 2 days of the post. And now I'm up to 7. Oh, he did bring in 4. And it's still early. He's got people calling him. Every one of you can be experiencing the same results. And that carries on beyond Christmas. It'll take you right through to New Year's Eve. Let me pop over here and let me look. All right. So, Tom, do you see your? I'm trying to find you on LinkedIn. You're not coming up. Are you on LinkedIn? The top one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So you're in the Philippines?
I have a house in the Philippines. I'm in the U.S. right now.
Okay.
I haven't I need to update my LinkedIn profile. I haven't done it in a while.
Okay. So let's go over and take a look at you on Facebook. Okay, so you got over 4,000 friends. And so Tom, what are you trying to market and sell?
I just got into a sort of new company called Live Good.
Called Live what?
Live Good, Good.
Okay, what's the product?
It's health products.
Okay. All right. So what were you doing before you got into Live Good?
Well, I'm kind of semi-retired right now. I've had some health problems, and I took about 3 years off because of my health problems.
Mhm.
I'm getting, I mean, I'm better now.
Okay, so you got to look at LinkedIn as, I mean, originally it was for resumes. So you really need to specify what you've done. You know, in other words, you got to give people more details. Consulting firm specializing in the direct sales leadership training industry. What network marketing companies have you worked with in the past?
I've worked with, of course, many years ago, I worked with Amway, and then I've worked with Herbalife. I've worked with 3 companies that all went out of business. Well, they were great. They were good companies too. What's the most recent one other than Live Good? Trying to think of the most recent one I've been
So let
in.
me ask you a question. If they were good companies, why did they go out of business?
I think the management had, or the owners had some internal conflicts,
Mhm.
let's just say.
Well, you know, that certainly does happen. And anyway, I'm glad to have you back. You might want to jump into, I'm going to put out we just opened up our January boot camp, and we have a special of Christmas promotions that I'm going to be sharing with everybody today. So you might want to take advantage of one of those. But when you talk about companies, good companies that go out of business, I'm going to jump over here. And I'm going to bring up one of my favorite students, Francisco. And let me kind of just scroll up a little bit. So France, and I'm looking to get an update. He enrolled somebody into his business, a top runner from another company that had 600,000 people in his former business. So you might ask, well, why would somebody that's been with a company for 25 years look to change? We'll go up here. Just got off the phone with a major whale who had a disagreement with the company owners and master distributor over money. So this major whale has a team of over 600,000 people. He's not happy, and he's looking for another company. Now on Sunday night, I have a list in front of me let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 network marketing companies that are on shaky ground, on the companies that are probably going to make some major changes. One huge company expects to be sold probably over the next 3 weeks. And when these things happen in this business, everything changes for the distributors in those companies. Compensation plans change. Product offerings change. And network marketing leaders. So here, he was up to 52,000 people in June. At the end of December, previous year, he had 17,000. So how does this happen? This is all about duplication. You bring people into your business. They love the products. They buy the products. They use the products. They tell their friends. At the end of December 2021, he had 17,000 people. By the end of January, he had 38,000. Why? Because it duplicates. That's why everybody gets into network marketing. Okay? But you got to be in a company that's solid. And, you know, whether, so he's living the network marketing dream. This is a process. You reach out to people every day. Every day you're reaching out to people, making connections with new people. Then we start having conversations with people every day. And we move these conversations along. We get to a point where now we can show them the business, and the project launch script is phenomenal. We want to be using that project launch script 4 or 5 times a day. We want to be giving demonstrations, getting in and talking about the business 2 or 3 times a day. That's the way it works. You're learning a dance. So Francisco, in spite of the fact he went from 52,000 people in June, okay? He grows to 72,000 people in August. But now he's got this major whale. And so the whale brings in, starting to bring in his team, his leaders, and Francisco has never been busier in his whole life. Because now, what is he doing? He's training. He's introducing to the leaders that this new whale is bringing in. He's showing them the tools. He's explaining the different systems that the company has in place. He told me on a call, he says, Max, he says, I've never been this busy in my life. I'm putting in 7, 8 hours a day. But I've never made this kind of money. And what's happening is, in August, he was so busy with the guy bringing in his teams, but the company had a recruiting contest. So in the last 7 days of August, he says, your elegant strategies and scripts enabled me to enroll 25 people. 25 people in 1 week. That's roughly 3 people every day. So how do you do that? Well, you've got a birthday strategy. You got posting strategies. You have dozens of different ways to start conversations with people. You follow the scripts, and you're going to be enrolling people left and right. Because that is what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's all about signing people up in the business. But if you are serious about building a business, if you are serious about becoming a top earner in whatever company you're in, there are other elements to this business that you really have to understand. Now, I'm curious about something. The past week and a half, I've talked to a number of my friends that own network marketing companies. I've probably talked to about 14 master distributors. And I had the same question with all of them. How many people in your company would you say are orphans? Orphans. Okay, now what's an orphan? People get into network marketing historically because somebody introduced a product to them. They take the product, they love the product, they have great results with the product, and now they want to build the business. The problem is the person that told them about the product doesn't have a clue on how to build a business. No clue. The person that brought that person into the business that told you about the products is gone. They're not connected to a leader. Or somebody tells you about the products, you get all excited about the products. Now you want to build the business, but the guy that told you about the products is gone. You're an orphan. You're not part of a team that's got an organized system for building the business. 70% of the people in a network marketing company are orphans. How many of you are orphans? How many of you are orphans? Now, just because you're an orphan, does that mean you can't go to the top of a company? No. It's harder if you're an orphan. And in some cases, you're better off being an orphan than being connected to someone that's been very, very successful in the business, but they're old school and they don't believe in social media. And that is changing. Okay? It's changing. So it's all about, at the end of the day, when you're building your business, you have to be thinking in terms of what are you doing to help your people grow? What are you doing to train the people that you're bringing into your business? And so we have opened up our winter Top Earner Retreat that's going to start on Friday, February 23rd, Saturday, the 24th, and Sunday, the 25th. And this one, we're literally going to step everybody through what it takes to become a top earner in the business. This one's going to have a little bit of a different slant in that we're going to be focusing on orphans. Historically, we talk about the whales, how to connect with these heavy hitters that are going to come into your business. But the truth is, Francisco got to that whale, not directly. He got to that whale because he was friendly with someone that was anything but a whale. And when their upline, very successful upline, announced to everybody, oh, you know, we got some issues here. We may be switching companies. And they confessed to Francisco what was going on. Francisco offered some help. And that's how they connected. You don't necessarily get to a whale directly. But it doesn't matter how you get to the whale. The bottom line is you get to somebody that has a lot of experience, that has a team, and you bring them over to your business. And your business grows like crazy. Now, all of you, every one of you is heading down the same road. So let me see. Let me unmute Sheila.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sheila. So Megan was somebody that you connected with and you brought her into the business, and now you're going to do a strategy session. Do I understand that right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, congratulations. How did you get to her? Was it on LinkedIn, Facebook?
Actually, she was, I went to school with her.
Oh, okay. Okay. How did you reconnect with her? Was it something you did on Facebook or just,
I sent her a gift via text, and I've been using that strategy actually. Um, it, there's the second step with your messages. You say to, when you send the first message, if they don't respond, then you send a gift and a message
Mhm.
and see if they respond back. And I've actually been sending gifts to people when they don't respond, like when I ask for an appointment, when I do the approach, or if I just want to check in with them, I send gifts and they respond.
Mhm.
Even to my friends, even if it has nothing to do with the business, the gifts work.
Right, right. And that's an interesting point, because I'll be logged into somebody's account and we look at prospects with conversations with prospects, and we see there's been months go by since you said anything. And the truth is, you don't necessarily have to have conversations with people, but you need to be in touch. If you're talking to somebody and you believe that they are indeed a prospect for your business, then you need to be in communication with them, even if it's nothing more than sending them some kind of a motivating quote, sending some kind of a joke, anything to stay in communication with these people. You're building a relationship. It's all about relationships. And at the same time, you're building a relationship. What are we doing? We are learning, we are qualifying people. Are they candidates for your business? Are they someone that would clearly be interested in your business? But the other thing is, would they do well? If you were hiring somebody for a job, you own a company, you're looking for salespeople, you would be very, very selective about who you reach out to. If not, your business is not going to do very well. Let me come back over here. A new year, a new you. Every one of you can rank advance, add 2 or 3 or 4 people to your business before the end of the year. By bringing in people, by connecting with people that you know in advance need what you have, want what you have, would thrive in your business. And it's all about, as Sheila said, communication. Now, we've been talking about our project launch script, and we've been talking about the side hustle strategy. Now, for those of you that were in boot camp, we went through it in detail in our boot camp session on Thursday. We're going to be adding the side hustle strategy to our scripts book. It's not in the scripts book for the January boot camp. For everybody that was in the December boot camp, we gave it to you. It's just not in the book. And we gave you extensive versions of the project launch script. Now, it takes 90 minutes for the average person to respond to an email, but it only takes 90 seconds for the average person to respond to a text message. 99% of your prospecting, recruiting, and business building activity can be done on your mobile phone. Sending somebody an image, if you have somebody that you really believe is going to be a great candidate for your business, you need to be communicating with this person almost on a daily basis. Sending someone a moving image, sending someone a short clip. I sent this to Katie Goodhart. And 30 seconds after sending it, she responded. Two weeks ago, I was doing a training for the folks in the Power Lead system. Joel Whaley was on it. Joel is a student. In 2018, while he was in boot camp, he was one of my coaching students. He enrolled 18 people into his business while he was in boot camp. So he popped on the broadcast. I want to share his comments. Let me open Joel up. You know, I love it when former students come back.
Hi, Max.
Joel, how are you?
Doing good, doing great.
Love it. You know, I constantly refer to you as, you know, one of my favorite success stories, because Joel here is probably one of the most experienced, talented salespeople I've ever met. I mean, this man could sell you anything.
Sweet.
It's true.
See, I like him already.
You know, it's true. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about you. You know, when I was working with you back in 2018, you know, you picked it up right away. You were doing great. And then in 2009, you decided to do this insurance thing. And I never thought that, I mean, you had pretty high goals, you know, 100 agents in 2 months. You guys did it. Thrilled that you're here. Now, one thing I want to point out to you, in looking at your profile, see, I can see your followers. And this was a sly little thing that LinkedIn did where they told you, if you want to make your posts visible to all the things that you do, then what you do is you become a content creator.
Gotcha.
Okay. And we thought when we did that, that was a wonderful thing. And it really was. But then it's kind of like in the middle of the night on a Friday night, they went in and they changed the deal. And what they did was they replaced your connect button with a follow button. So
Yeah.
we're going to explain why. And so we need to go back in there and turn that off so that people can connect with you, because they can still see what you're doing.
Yeah, I would like that. But you can also, if you click on more, I think there's a connect button and more.
Well, no, there wouldn't be one for us because we're already connected.
Right, right. I meant if it was a new person.
Right, well, right, but see, the average person doesn't know about that.
That's true. Where do you go in? I don't even know where to go in and turn it off anymore.
Well, if we have time, I'll show you.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you, Max, I want to say thanks so much. And this is going to be our first $1 million year on that. We're well on our way. And I just wanted to, I mean, I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me. I just can't. I really appreciate everything you've done. Just wanted to see it.
That's awesome.
I appreciate that. I mean, I love it when people hit that first $1 million year, but not the last.
Oh, we're on our way.
Oh, congratulations. It's funny because I help so many people, but it's nice to hear it. There's a lot of people, I don't hear they hit $1 million until 10 years after they did it. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, bro. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
And by the way, what he did, okay, all of you can do, all right?
Yeah,
What he did,
absolutely.
all of you can do, because number one, it's not hard, and it's just a matter of following some simple steps. And the one thing that impressed me about Joel right from the beginning, because he's a great salesman, great salespeople know you want to listen more than you talk. And working with him was an absolute pleasure. Joe, why don't you tell everybody what coaching did for you, if you would?
Well, It did so much, I don't know if I can put it into just a few words, but it actually propelled me into the next level. And I think that's what everybody's looking for, being able to come to you and talk to you about what I was doing and just doing the tweaks, just the little things that we miss that the coaching really helped with. I don't know how to even express it. I mean, because even like coming to these things, you do a great job with these, but it's not like the individual coaching where I can ask a personal question on how I actually can make this happen. So it's like you said, we did over 100 agents in 2 months, less than 2 months on that, and with your coaching and our work.
Now, to tell you the truth, I owe all of my coaching students my thanks. Because working with, being logged into his account. Earlier today, we did a brief coaching session. And being in your account and working with your prospects and pointing out the process, because the process is changing all the time, opens me up to see the changes that Facebook are making, the changes that LinkedIn are making, the scripts that we come up with were proven real-time conversations that I'm having with a prospect while I'm logged into a coaching student's account. And every month we're coming up with new ones. Every month the environment's changing. Every month the economy's changing. So adding animated comment, the happy birthday strategy that we introduced 26 years ago, still works. It's so effective that some of my students would go in and they would have a birthday every month. Every month they're going in, they're changing their birthday. And it got so bad that Facebook now limits the number of times you can change your birthday. LinkedIn is getting to the point where they're not going to let you change your birthday so much. And you could reach out to somebody that's having a birthday. But if you've got 2,000, 3,000 friends that see you're having a birthday, you get all this incoming messages. So between birthdays and holidays and anniversaries, acknowledging that with a moving image is 10 times more effective as sending them a card. Today is maple syrup day. Now, you don't necessarily have to use the holiday script for a holiday, the day of the holiday. You could use it 4 or 5 days ahead, a week ahead. You put that up. I just want everybody to know that Saturday is maple syrup day. But you'd like to know, in case you want to order pancakes or French toast on Saturday. If you're on a diet, it's a good reason to skip the diet. So the frequent use of these moving images is having outrageously effective results. Jacqueline had great success with my birthday. 200 people reached out to me. Started a conversation with most of them. I got 28 people looking at my business. Over the last few months, our business has exploded. Now, I'm not showing you this to impress you. I'm showing this to impress upon you what you could be doing. When Joel enrolled 100 agents in 2 months, he wasn't putting in an hour or two a day. He was putting in 10, 12, 14 hours a day. Whatever you do, start using moving images. So we have the official holidays, and then we've got unofficial holidays. You're all heading down the same road. And these strategies work. Put something out there, people react, people respond. The people that respond become a lead. Leads become prospect depending upon who those people are and how they answer your questions. prospects become business builders or customers. You can start talking to people who respond to you, or reach out to people and start talking to them based on their activity. You can all develop solid relationships quickly with effective engagement and conversation. So, next Wednesday is Hanukkah. Jewish holiday, runs for 7 days. Then we have Christmas. Now you could be using the Christmas or the Hanukkah strategy right now. Monday is Kwanzaa, and then we're coming up to the end of the month. And yet you can start talking about New Year's. You can start talking about Christmas right now. LinkedIn is a gold mine. All right, just making posts, you get the same reactions. Now, and this is terribly important. A year ago, when I was working with Will, he was the number 6 recruiter in his company. After one coaching session, we opened up the settings. Within 72 hours, he was the number 1 recruiter. 2 weeks later, he sent me this. It's exactly like you said it would be. Since last week, I made 2 posts that generated dozens of conversations by following your scripts word for word, and I generated a dozen sales. My activity has made my entire organization curious about what I'm doing. You start changing your actions on Facebook. People that you've known for years, your family and your friends, are going to notice it. And they're going to come back and they're going to want to know, what are you doing? What are you doing? Some of them you're going to want to tell, and some of them you won't. Let me come back over here and okay. Let me pop over here and let me unmute Jan.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jana. Let's pop into your LinkedIn account. What's the email?
JP
There we go.
team.
So I want to make sure I understand the message that you sent me this morning. So we come back over here to your messages.
Yeah, I cleaned those out last night, so I want to work just on all the fresh ones.
Now, when you say you cleaned them out,
I put them into archive.
okay. Okay.
So now it'll be all the new ones that I'll be working with.
Well, yeah, but let me point something out to you. Let's come back over here to your network. Ooh. So you come over here and look at your connections. So you got 17,000 first level connections.
Correct.
Okay, now you come up here and you do a search for, type the word open. see how many of your, so you got 63 people that you're connected to that are open. Looking. We've got 1,300 people
Correct.
that are looking. 63. 1,300. Seeking. Another 539. And then searching. Got 160. So that's 2,062 people that you're connected to that could very well be still looking for an opportunity. So let's go back over here. Let's type in open. So you got 63. So let's take a look at Kelly. Actually, whoops. Let me hit the back button. Let's look at Kelly. Hit the message bar over here.
Mhm.
So this is somebody.
I just contacted her on the 8th
Right. Okay. So let's come down a ways.
and I just sent her the videos.
Okay. So let's come down here. Let's look at Hugo. So Hugo could be new. He could be somebody that you connected with 3 years
I
ago,
don't-
4 years ago. There's no message here, so there's no date.
Right. I don't think I have.
So let's go on page 6. Now. Okay, here's a mortgage loan person. Again, we don't know whether this is new or somebody that you've been talking to for a while. The only way you would tell would be if you could look at their profile and there's some kind of a conversation that's dated. Unfortunately, what LinkedIn just did, it used to be easy because you could come over here, look at contact information.
It's back again.
Oh, wonderful.
I just noticed that this morning.
Right. Well, and I'm noticing it too. So now, I mean, this is a wonderful
Yep.
situation because now you've been connected to this person since 2016. And yet
Never talked.
never talked to them. So there is, I want to go back and you mentioned there was someone that we looked at. You said you just sent them up.
Kelly
Kelly here.
right.
Oh, to a new career.
She's been active.
And looks like she just lost her job in September. And how long have you been connected to her?
December 8th, well, actually 2016, but that wasn't there when I sent it. It just showed up last night or this morning.
Right.
That, because they took the contacted off, as you know.
I know. So here, somebody that you initially connected with in 2016, you're reaching out to her again. And let's see.
See what, she's open to learning.
So did you ever talk to her on the phone?
No, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find out what her experience was.
Okay, now, what you didn't do here was when you ask somebody about network marketing.
Need to clarify it more.
Oh, yeah, right. In other words, when I use the term network marketing, I'm referring to companies like Amway, like Nu Skin, like Mary Kay.
Okay.
So what was this? This was
That's the videos that I sent.
okay, now watch what happens when I click on this.
Right.
So what LinkedIn is doing is they're basically telling people, unless you know this person, unless you trust this person, you know, you really need to be sure. Now, years ago, in the early days of social media, somebody would send you a message, you're talking to them, and then they want to let you know about the business, or they want you to look at something. So you click on it and it takes you over to a website
Right.
that loads up your computer with all kinds of viruses. And in fact, for a while, I used to think that the companies that were making this antivirus software were doing it.
Mm.
You know, so they're sending out this crap. It infects people. Now they need a, you know, something to get it off. So as we start, and those people are still around, you know, they're still around, but now everybody pretty much has some kind of antivirus. So let's see what this is.
That's a Isogenics video.
Uh-huh.
And they're all both about 4 or 5, 6 minutes.
Okay. So that's why I say,
Is there a better way to send them?
well, no. I mean, you want to do it in a convenient way possible. The way to avoid that would be to say, hey, give me your email address. I'll send it to you there. But, you know, it's 6 of one, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, she's got quite a few connections too.
For sure.
Now, what's the best way to follow up? Do you make an appointment when you send it out? And because
Well,
I want to know they got it okay. And she said she got it
Okay, okay. So first of all, you sent it to her yesterday,
last night. Yeah.
last night. So every day, you need to be sending her some kind of a motivational image. But we need to talk about this because See, it's all about, so we,
Stay in front of them then.
well, yeah, right. You know, and without sending them anything that is salesy. You know, send them things about, send them quotes, you know, all kinds of different quotes about goals, quotes about money, quotes that people will appreciate.
Okay,
You know, funny quotes. You're going to develop your own, you know, your own style, you know, that represent, you know, you and you'll develop a library of maybe 40 or 50 quotes that you'll start sending to people, you know, on a regular basis. You can go over here just go on the internet and look for oh, what's his name?
yes, I've saved a lot of those onto a Word file, gifts and everything. I
Yeah.
have
So
separated.
right. So you use them over and over again. Mark
But
Twain.
how do you do that on text though, Max? Where do you get all your emotional quotes and everything to send on like on an iPhone text?
Okay. You know, when it comes to iPhones, you know, you've got iPhones, you got Androids,
Correct.
and they change them all. They change the versions. They change they change. And so I got enough to keep up with without jumping into the iPhone technology. So actually, it's not a bad idea. What I'll do is I'm going to have one of my staff members come up with directions for doing it on iPhones. And
Okay.
but see, you go to Mark Twain quotes. And then we go to images. Now, notice they're broken down
Right.
into different categories. Always obey your parents when they are present. Always respect your superiors if you have any. There's nothing, no, you know. So you go over here and you look at the images.
Correct.
And so you've got all kinds of things that you could send to anybody. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. It's not business related.
Got it.
Okay. But sending someone something like that, okay, it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you're a fool than to open it up and remove all that. So things like this. My favorite Mark quote is about politicians.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. You know, politicians are like diapers. They need to be changed on a regular basis for the same reasons. So, you know, again, you know, it's all about finding things that resonate with you. But see, at the end of the day, getting out, you're going to get to a point. And as a matter of fact, with all of the people that you're connected to, I wouldn't worry about making 20 new connections every day. I would focus on maybe 5 to 10, because you have such a rich reservoir of prospects that you're already connected to. And then what you have to do is we start the conversation, and fact that when this is over, we should probably do maybe a 10-minute thing. I'll send you a link to
Okay.
a Zoom thing, because you know, it's what we have to do is we have to measure. Now, the other thing that you always want to do is you always want to end with a question.
Okay.
Okay, so because you always want to control the conversation. Is there another person that you sent information to?
Tamara, I think I've been talking to.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, now,
She got really railroaded after she changed jobs.
and this is one of the reasons why you want to use your own gifts as opposed to LinkedIn's gifts, because when they break down, people can't.
Right.
don't-
I have my own. I have my own now. Yes.
Right. Now, see, here's the thing. You asked a question up here at the top. The question
Should be
at
at the
the bo-
bottom.
should be at the bottom.
Okay.
Okay, so in looking at this, you reach out to her. So the initial,
2015.
exactly, well, November 15th.
No, if you went down in my wording below that, it says we got connected and whoop, you just had it there.
Okay, right, well, if we look at her profile. Yeah. Man, I am so glad they put this back.
Me too.
All of you should be glad.
See, the reason I have so many connections, and just to let everybody know that I didn't do it just in a few days. I spent 4 years when my wife was sick. All I did was make connections.
Now, one of the things, well, we'll talk about it. So you need to break this up into little paragraphs.
Correct.
See, again, the question should be at the end. But this is all of you. So with the exception of that first message that she responded to right here, she hasn't responded to anything. Oh, here it is. Here, she answered here. But after that, she hasn't responded.
Right.
Okay, and the reason that she hasn't responded is because okay, a month and a half. So right away, you're talking about, you know, you're making a speech. This is a great script when you're using it with the right person and at the right time. This is not the right time.
Okay.
You want to find out. So if you could take your professional training to the next level, you don't know enough about this person to use this script.
Okay.
All right. So now we come down here. How is your search going for something you didn't enjoy doing? Again, that should have been at the end.
Okay.
Instead, you're telling her about what you do Stand by for just a second. Okay. So here, see, you're talking about you. It's not about you. It's about her.
Correct.
And the only time I really like my post, how are you doing? Again, she's not responding. Now,
Right.
have you ever considered looking into building your own business that you can control? This is when you ask that question, people, having your own business has different meanings to different people. Okay, a business. Oh my God, do I have to have a store? Do I have to have employees? All the
Mhm.
different things about a business. It's a lot easier to make reference to the fact that many people today are generating income. Or for example, many people today have a side hustle that generates income while they've got full-time jobs. Many people today are generating extra income to support their coaching business, to support their whatever.
Mhm.
And then the question is, what experience have you had with network marketing? We have to hone down to that. Because the more you know about the other person, especially their network marketing experience, that above everything else is going to determine whether you even want to show them the business. For all you know, she was in Isogenics 3 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. And so if it was going to cost you $500
Right.
to do that, you really, you need to get the dialogue going so that when you send a message, she is into the conversation. She's into talking to you. So they write back.
Correct.
All right. So give me about it's about 7 minutes. Give me about 10 minutes and then jump on a Zoom, the regular coaching Zoom. And I'll go over some stuff with you there.
Okay. And you'll have that. You send me that link because I don't have.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so, and yes, there is a mastermind today. So Diad, you can take screenshots of images that you find on Google, crop the unnecessary extra border, send them to you in an email. And then from your email, open to your iPhone, and you can also look on Pinterest for quotes. I'm going to save that. Sounds certainly interesting, but the key is make it easy. Keep it simple. So for those of you that are coaching students, let me come back over here. Okay, now I have opened up registration for my January boot camp. You go to maxlineguard.com/boot camp. The thing is, you can use the promo code best deal. The January boot camp is going to have 5 sessions, not 4. So we're adding how to develop a mindset of $1 million earner. Now, keep this in the back of your mind. When we give, for those of you that haven't been here in a while, when you register for a boot camp, you also get the recorded sessions of the previous boot camp. So as soon as you register, you're going to have access to the December boot camp, and our last boot camp session is going to be on Tuesday, closing the sale. So you'll gain immediate access to the December boot camp. You could use some of these strategies to close out this year. We're also gonna resurrecting our 90-day boot camp challenge, where you can participate in 3 boot camps, January, February, and March. We have our anthology of scripts. And basically, you're going to be paying $59 per boot camp. The one thing that I don't have on there is our twofer, January and February boot camp. You can use the promo code. I'm going to be sending out an email, repeat. It'll reduce the price to $68 a boot camp, and the combo, I'm sorry, the 90-day challenge reduces it. Let me see if I can do this. I'll copy that. Put it in the chat. I guess it didn't want to take that. Try it one more time. All right, well, that's not working. So anyway, we'll be sending out email. And there you have it. On Sunday night, whoops. My Sunday night webinar, I'm going to be talking about the network marketing industry in general. As I said at the beginning, there are roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 12 network marketing companies that are not going to say they're going out of business, but they're having some tough times. Some of them are in the verge of bankruptcy, some of them are in the verge of closing altogether, and some of them are in the verge of being bought and sold. And whenever that happens, things change inside the companies. So you want to keep that in mind. Watch your email for it. It's our wisdom. It's our Sunday night webinar, 9 o'clock. Again, mastermind session at 1 o'clock for all of our coaching students.